those who had been cast down, the demons who would be gods, began to whisper to men from their tombs within the earth. And the men of Tevinter heard and raised altars to the pretender gods once more, and in return were given, in hushed whispers, the secrets of darkest magic. Okay. Let us mark... Yep, there it is. Set that as our active quest. Call our trusty down here. Oops. Head down the hill the other way. Here. This should take us through the crossroads, and then we can head north up to Redcliffe. I didn't get any new mounts from what we had last time, so I'm sticking with the Hala here. Off camera, I did get clothes and other supplies for the refugees. Plus, if I wandered around here, you would notice a lot less activity from the mages and Templars that were fighting each other. And that's because I basically went to both strongholds and cleared them out. So that was also a big help to the refugees to not have people constantly fighting on their land anymore. There we go, the Red Cliff Road. Cut through a field here. Should be down the end of this little kind of canyon, I believe. Yep, here we are.
Turn back. We can't open the gates until the threat has passed.
Well, then I'll take care of it. Come on, everyone, it's demon hunting time.
Dead.
One more wave, I believe. One more. Looks like one more. Yep. It's been getting much quicker and easier
was that?
to take
We
care of
don't
those.
know what these rifts can do. That one appeared to alter the time around it.
There are many mages in Redcliffe. Maybe Fiona will know what's going on. Make her have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.
Let's see, is anyone... Yeah, we do have a couple people with... Oh, even Aurora has a level up. Okay, we'll do that. Oops. No, we won't do that. There, that's what I wanted to do. Alright. Let's see. I want to... let's update my Surge Lightning. Oh, does that have a... Oh, I think that might have a level cap on it. Do I want to save that point then? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm still... Okay, yeah. I was like, why can't I put points in here? If you are in battle mode, you can't update your character sheet. There we go. Okay. Yes, so update the chain lightning. There we go. And oh yeah, we just got Vivienne, so she's got a ton of points to put in. I tend to make her a frost mage just because when we were introduced to her, she actually casts a frost spell. Plus, her personality in some ways seems to suggest it very much. So we'll just set her off here as a full frost mage. And we have 1 point for Cassandra. We're almost done with this tree here.
We spread word the Inquisition was coming. But you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly. You can speak with the former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
The veil is weaker here than in Haven. And not merely weak, but altered in a way I have not seen.
We should talk to the Grand Enchanter.
Beginning hints that something is not quite right around here. Now the layout of Redcliffe is pretty much the same, or very close to the same.
Impressive craftsmanship, to remain standing after such abuse.
As in the original game. I believe this ancient watchtower, or ruined watchtower, was in the original map as well. Yeah, it was destroyed in the last days of the Blight when the Darkspawn attacked the area. Down at the bottom is the town itself. We'll head in to see what Fiona has to say.
Mother, I had the dream again last night.
No, there'll be no
I hear most of the apostates are dead, or hiding the apostates attacking people, or just rumors after all.
It's our fast travel point, so in case we want to go back,
He used to play in the field
just go
outside
there.
this very village.
Grandmother, I think we should go. But
Go?
look at the sky.
In the middle of the war?
All that magic
We did not flee Redcliffe when the dead walked into our village. We will not flee now.
Let's see, is the... Let me check the map really quick. Oh, I think it is on the upper road. Yeah, here we go.
I don't know.
I'm going to do a quick check. If we just go up those stairs there, we'll get to Fiona. I want to do a quick check over here. Because I think there might be a character that we haven't seen in a while. I wanted to at least get a chance to speak with him. I just gotta remember
May I help you?
exactly where he is. I think he's like overlooking the ocean.
Well, to send you off to die.
Let me try the lower road really quick. If he's not there, it's okay. I'll just see if I can look for him later.
Maker be with you.
Maker, I hope it's not me. Good day.
You should talk to the magister. You're the rightful
Yeah.
heir to Redcliffe. In Tevinter, they would never take that away just because you're a mage.
After what I did, I'm not even sure I should be here.
It's not your fault. It could have happened to any of us.
That doesn't help. That's why people hate us.
But
Just stop. You don't know what you're talking about.
Are you Connor?
You've heard the story, I guess. I can't believe King Alistair thought Redcliffe was the right place to send the mages. I mean, he grew up here. Did he think they would just forget what I did to them?
And yes, it's Connor, 10 years older.
You're not in favor of the alliance with Tevinter.
Alliance? Is that what they're calling it? That magister threw my uncle out into the street. He signed us into servitude. This is my home. Redcliffe, FORETOLD. No matter what evils I've done, I would never have invited Tevinter here.
Ah. So for some reason, Redcliffe has made some kind of pact with the Tevinter Imperium. I wonder what King Alistair thinks about that.
You were behind the siege of Redcliffe 10 years ago.
That's me. The boy with Redcliffe's blood on his hands.
If I were you, I wouldn't have set foot in Redcliffe again unless I was dragged in chains.
I had nowhere else to go. When we closed the circles, every city shut its doors to us. There was nowhere else to go. I hate it. I can feel the blood on the stones, even if I can't see it.
Poor guy.
Why isn't Al-Eamon in power anymore?
After the Landsmeet, he stayed in Denerim. I couldn't be his heir, not after what happened. So eventually he passed the title to Uncle Tegan.
How did you end up in the Mage Rebellion?
I was living in the FORETOLD Tower when the circles dissolved. I voted against it, but at first it seemed all right. No one was summoning demons. They just wanted to oversee themselves. But then the Magister came, and it's wrong what they do in Tevinter. We are monsters. We need to be controlled. If it wasn't for me, every family in this village wouldn't be missing a son, a daughter, a spouse.
I need to be going.
Please, talk some sense into the Grand Enchanter. Selling out to the Imperium won't win us any friends. We have to find a way to make peace.
So as for those of you who know the original story, it does kind of make sense how haunted Connor is. Almost destroyed his entire city and his family, basically, for innocent reasons. He wanted to save his father from a terrible illness, but ended up making a deal with the demon.
Good day.
Have you heard? The Inquisition dealt with the rebel Templars. They've been driven away or killed.
See? What did I
Good
tell
day.
you?
It's not step in soon enough to
Alright, let's see what's going on in this town.
You'll see.
Yes.
tavern is called the Gull and Lantern. And we have a transition, so something important must be taking place in here.
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. First Enchanter Vivienne?
My dear Fiona, it's been so long since we last spoke. You look dreadful. Are you sleeping well?
What has brought you to Redcliffe?
We're here because of your invitation back in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
Certainly looked a lot like you.
Well, that's very strange, because someone who looked exactly like you spoke to me in Val Royeaux.
Exactly like me? I suppose it could be magic at work, but why would anyone... Whoever or whatever brought you here? The situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
Fiona, dear, your dementia is showing.
An alliance with Tevinter? Do you not fear all of Thedas turning against you?
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indentured to a magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
Ah, so it's not Redcliffe that's allied with Tevinter. It's the Mage Rebellion. Tevinter does not have a good reputation here when it comes to mages.
An alliance with Tevinter is a terrible mistake.
All hope of peace died with Justinia. This bargain with Tevinter would not have been my first choice, but we had no choice. We are losing this war. I needed to save as many of my people as I could.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Arl Tegan did not abandon his lands during the Blight, even when they were under siege.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a magister.
Our Southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights. As their protector, I shall oversee their work for the Imperium.
Translated, they are now my slaves. At least, that seems to be the implication.
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
It seems that perhaps Fiona has her own suspicions about the Magister as well.
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the Southern Mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained, they will join our Legion.
You said not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
You're quite a long way from Tevinter, Alexius.
Indeed I am, though I have heard you are no Ferelden either. It seems we are both strangers here. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious, indeed.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be. Felix.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive my clumsiness, my lady.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Did the Magister's son give you that? Why would he help you?
We'll be careful, but we need to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, so I guess we ought to head to the Chantry next.
Could be better.
Oh, no, I have to go this way. Take the shortcut.
Take care.
We can do just ask.
It's just called the Red Cliff Village Chantry.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
Oh, if you insist. It is hard to talk with demons trying to kill you.
Die!
And wave number 2. Almost gone.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Are you a magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor. Meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the Mage Rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
Oh, time travel, That's not a good thing.
I hope that's less dangerous than it sounds.
More.
That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
As if the huge rip in the sky was not problem enough. Now we're messing with the entire space-time continuum.
I'd like more proof than magical time control. Go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
That's what I was saying.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Do you have any suggestions?
You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Alright. We're being asked to return to the war room in Haven. So let's do that. Sometimes I wish that when you went to Haven, it didn't always drop you off in the front gate.
I'm used to delivering children.
Because most of the time when you come here, you want to check out the war room. I'd say more times than others.
Thank you for all that you are doing to her.
We do have a few missions
Any
that
word?
we can put away here. These were some of the tasks that I was doing off screen, so I'm just getting the rewards for them. Mostly just special items. Let's see, improved stability. The Inquisitor's efforts to close the Fade Rifts has increased stability in various regions across Thedas. However, demons sometimes remain, having wandered from the site of the original rifts. The Inquisition has received numerous requests for aid in dealing with this problem. Looks like Josephine is the best suited. Local nobility should take an interest in securing their lands. We can appeal to them for assistance.
At your service.
And over in Orlais, Truth or Dare, the Imperial Court. A letter addressed to Vivian lies open on the table. A note has been added to the top which reads, Josephine, darling, you should take care of this. Ah. Well, she's busy right now, so we'll hold off on that one then. Harold found her. Perhaps she can advise. Cullen. A letter from Sarah follows. For your big hats. Lord whoever says you're rubbish. His servants don't care, but could. Drop a few things for them. They'll give Josephine a surprise. I think scrolls or something. Sarah. So is that... Oh, that's another thing for Josephine. Okay. Our ambassador is going to be busy in the near future. Don't see any other specific tasks right now, so I'll just put Cullen on gathering some coin. So here we go. Note, choosing the mages will make it impossible to work with the Templars. So they give you, as a player, the warning that you have to go one way or the other. But again, this goes with what you all voted for. Redcliffe Castle and the mages who could close the breach are under the control of Magister Garon Alexius, a Venatori cultist with an unhealthy interest in Rebellion and the power to reorder time itself. He has kindly invited Trevelyan to the castle, alone, to negotiate. It's an obvious trap, but Liliana and her agents can infiltrate the castle and remove the Venatori threat while Alexius's attention is diverted. A dangerous game, but it's our best chance. Alright, let's do it.
We don't have the manpower to take the castle. Either we find another way in, or give up this nonsense and go and get the Templars.
Redcliffe is in the hands of a magister. This cannot be allowed to stand.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
So, we've heard from Magister Alexius. I expected as much.
And yet some of us want to sit and do nothing. Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Ferelden. It has repelled thousands of assaults. If you go in there, you'll die. And we'll lose the only means we have of closing these rifts. I won't allow it.
And if we don't even try to meet Alexius, we lose the mages and leave a hostile foreign power on our doorstep. Even if we could assault the keep, it would be for naught. An Orlesian Inquisition's army marching into Ferelden would provoke a war. Our hands are tied.
The Magister
has outplayed us.
We can't just give up. There has to be something we can do.
We cannot accept defeat now. There must be a solution.
Where's the Earl of Redcliffe? I'm sure he'd help us get his castle back.
After he was displaced, Arl Tegan rode straight for Dunnerin to petition the Crown for help. I doubt he'll want our assistance once the Ferelden army lays siege to his castle. Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle, an escape route for the family. It's too narrow for our troops, but we could send agents through.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered well before they reach the Magister.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps the envoy Alexius wants so badly.
Focus their attention on Trevelyan, while we take out the Tevinters. It's risky, but it could work.
Fortunately, you'll have help.
This man says he has information about the Magister and his methods, Commander.
Your spies will never get past Alexius's magic without my help. So if you're going after him, I'm coming along.
The plan puts you in the most danger. We can't in good conscience order you to do this. We can still go after the Templars if you'd rather not play the bait. It's up to you.
Okay. So we will press this situation and see if we can secure the mages out from Tevinter control. And, of course, Liliana knows about the secret passage into the castle because in the first game, that's exactly how we got into the castle that first time. So well remembered, Liliana. Alright, Dorian is definitely coming with us. He is the penultimate companion. We will have one more to pick up after this. And let's see. We're dealing with some really weird magic, so we better take Solus with us. He really does seem to have some insights about it. Other than that, we definitely need a warrior since we're taking a bunch of mages with us. So let's go with Blackwall. This time we get to play the infiltrators instead of the... I mean, we play the distraction instead of the infiltrators, which is a bit new.
Announce us.
The Magister's invitation was for Mistress Trevelyan alone. The rest will wait here.
Where I go, they go.
My Lord Magister, the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again. And your associates, of course. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not have turned your followers over to my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
If the Grand Enchanter wants to be part of these talks, then I welcome her as a guest of the Inquisition.
Thank you.
The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
The Inquisition has many backers among the Orlesian nobility. I'm sure we can find suitable compensation.
I'm not sure what the Orlesian nobility have to offer that I don't already possess.
She knows everything, Father.
Felix, what have you done?
Your son is concerned that you're involved in something terrible.
So speaks the thief. Do you think you can turn my son against me? You walk into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in control. You're nothing but a mistake.
What do you know about the Divine's death?
It was the Elder One's moment, and you were unworthy even to stand in his presence.
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds exactly like the sort of villainous cliché everyone expects us to be.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part of this. You turned me down. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its own ashes.
That's who you serve? The one who killed the Divine? Is he a mage?
Soon, he will become a god. He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boric Ocean to the frozen seas.
You can't involve my people in this.
Alexius, this is exactly what you and I talked about never wanting to happen. Why would you support this?
Stop it, Father. Give up the Venatori. Let the Southern Mages fight the breach, and let's go home.
No. It's the only way, Felix. He can save you.
Save me?
There is a way. The Elder One promised, if I undo the mistake at the temple.
I'm going to die. You need to accept that.
Seize them, Venatori. The Elder One demands this woman's life.
Too late.
Your men are dead, Alexius.
You are a mistake. You should never have existed.
No!
Something just happened, and I doubt it's real.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from?
And suddenly we're fighting. A place I don't know, surrounded by red lyria.
Displacement. Interesting. It's probably not what Alexius intended. The rift must have moved us to what? The closest confluence of arcane energy?
The last thing I remember, we were in the castle hall.
Let's see. If we're still in the castle, it isn't. Oh, of course, it's not simply where, it's when! Alexius used the amulet as a focus. It moved us through time.
Moved us through time? Can that even be done?
Normally, I would say no. Obviously, Alexius has taken his research to exciting new heights. We've seen his temporal rifts before. This time, we simply passed through one. Let's look around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
What was Alexius trying to do?
I believe his original plan was to remove you from time completely. If that happened, you would never have been at the Temple of Sacred Ashes or mangled his Elder One's plan. I think your surprise in the castle hall made him reckless. He tossed us into the rift before he was ready. I countered it. The magic went wild, and here we are. Make sense?
It just seems so insane.
I don't even want to think about what this will do to the fabric of the world. We didn't travel through time so much as punch a hole through it and toss it into the privy. But don't worry. I'm here. I'll protect you.
There were others in the hall. Could they have been drawn through the rift?
I doubt it was large enough to bring the whole room through. Alexius wouldn't risk catching himself or Felix in it. They're probably still where and when we left them. In some sense, anyway.
Alexius mentioned an Elder One in the hall. Do you know who he was talking about?
Leader of the Venatori, I suspect. Some magister aspiring to godhood. It's the same old tune. Let's play with magic we don't understand. It will make us incredibly powerful. Evidently, it doesn't matter if you rip apart the fabric of time in the process.
You have a plan to get us back, I hope.
I have some thoughts on that. They're lovely thoughts, like little jewels.
I think Dorian will get along with Varric. It's the same kind of snarky sense of humor. So we must be somewhere in the castle, but we are no longer at the time that we left. And as Dorian has just joined us, we can level him up. I tend to make Dorian a fire mage. And this actually works out, because now we have a mage that specializes in every single discipline. We have Solus for spirit, we have Aurora for thunder and lightning, Vivian for ice, and now Dorian for fire. There we go. So, this is the end of my recording time for today, but when we come back, we will start investigating this very weird-looking castle now, and see if we can get back to our own original time. Until then, fellow adventurers, take care.